welcome back to the Phonics classroom. This morning we're going to start our lesson by removing some of those ending sounds. But today, instead of just removing one sound, we're going to remove an entire blend. This is going to be fun. Are you guys ready? All right, so I'm going to say a word and I'm going to tell you which sounds to remove and you tell me which word is left. Here we go. My first word is boast without st. What's my new word? Bow. That's right. Let's try risk without sk. Ri. Very good. How about toast without st? Toe. Excellent. Let's try trust without st. Tra. Excellent. Last one. Best without st. Be. Excellent. Let's jump on into our worksheet and practice some of those letter sounds this morning. So Miss Neal is going to say a letter sound and I want you guys to write the letter or letters that make that sound. Here we go. For number 1, my letter sound is ng. Ng. This is that digraph we learned a few weeks ago. Ng. Very good. For number 2, my letter sound is x. X. Letter X makes that sound. Number 3, my letter sound is bull. Bull. That's that B-L-E final stable syllable we learned last week. For number 4, my letter sound is t. T. So I'm going to divide my line in 2 parts and write what I hear at the beginning of a word. If I hear the t sound in the beginning of a word, it has to be letter T. If I hear the t sound at the end of a word, it can be letter T or the suffix ED. Excellent! For number 5, my letter sound is E. E. We learned that letter E can make the E sound, the digraph E can make the E sound, and E consonant, sneaky E can make the E sound. For number 6, my letter sound is K. K. So again, I'm going to divide my line in 2 parts. At the beginning of a word, if we hear the K sound, it can be a K or a C. At the end of the word, if we hear the K sound, it can also be K, C, CK, or KE, if there's that sneaky E on the end. Excellent! For number 7, my letter sound is A. A. Letter A can make the A sound, and A, consonant, sneaky E can make the A sound. For number 8, my letter sound is O. O. Letter O can make the O sound, and O, consonant, sneaky E can make the O sound. Very good. For number 9, my letter sound is U. U. Letter U can make the U sound, and U, consonant, sneaky E can make the U sound. For number 10, my letter sound is I. I. Letter I can make the I sound, and I, consonant, sneaky E can make the I sound. Very good. Moving on down to numbers 11 and 12, we're going to spell a couple of words. For number 11, I want us to spell the word little. Little. This word has that tull final stable syllable in it. So I'm going to write lit, tull. It, tull. Little. Excellent. For number 12, we're going to write the word soon. Soon. I hear that ooh sound in that word. So I'm going to use O to make that ooh sound. Soon. Soon. Excellent. All right, guys, so it's time for us to work on our new spelling rule that we're learning today. So I want you to repeat these words after me. Here we go. Shy. Try. Sky. What sound did you guys hear at the end of each of those words? Yes, we heard the long I sound. Let's look at those up on the board. Okay, friends, so we have learned in the past that letter I makes the long I sound. Well, today we're going to learn a new letter that can also make that long I sound. So look at these words up on the board. What do you guys think is making that I sound? Yes, it is letter Y. Each one of these words ends in letter Y. In these words, Y is acting as a vowel. It is making the long I sound. So one little trick to help you guys know if Y is acting as a vowel or a consonant is to look where it is in the word. So in these words, Y comes at the end. When we have a Y at the end of a word, it usually acts as a vowel. It's not always going to make the I sound, but in little bitty words like shy, try, and sky, it's going to make the I sound. So in our English language, you won't see very many words that end in letter I. Usually, it's going to end in a letter Y that's making the I sound. So the way that we code this new spelling rule is by putting a dot on top of our Y. Because we normally write I with a dot on top, this helps us remember that Y is making the I sound. So I'm going to put a dot on top of each of my Y's. Excellent! I'm also going to code them with the long symbol because they're not making the short I sound, they're making the long I sound. So I'm going to put a long line above each of my dots. And that is how we code letter Y when it's acting as a vowel, making the long I sound. So most of these words, I don't have to do anything else to. They're already coded. The only word that needs something is the word shy because it has this SH digraph. So I'm going to draw a line under it like I do for all of my digraphs. So let's try some other examples. Listen to these words and tell me if Y is acting as a vowel or a consonant. Remember, if it's acting as a consonant, it's going to be making the Y sound. So the first word that I'm writing is crystal. Crystal has a Y in it. Listen for the sound. Crystal. Is Y making the Y sound in this word? No, it is not. It is making the short I sound. So remember when I told you guys that Y doesn't have to make that long I sound? It can make other sounds as well. And in this word, crystal, it is making the short I sound. My other word is myth. Myth. In the word myth, Y is also making that short I sound. So in both of these words, Y is acting as a vowel, making the short I sound. So I'm going to code them by drawing a dot on top of my Y's and making the short symbol to show that they're making a short I sound. So looking back at our worksheet, for number 13, we're going to write all of the letters that can make the long I sound. So we've already learned that letter I can make the I sound, and I, consonant, sneaky E can make the I sound. But today, we learned that letter Y can also make the I sound. Very good. So let's move on up to numbers 14, 15, and 16 and practice spelling some words that have this new spelling rule. So for number 14, we're going to spell the word cry. Cry. And remember, just because we hear the I sound doesn't mean we're using letter I. If it comes at the end of a word, we're usually going to use a Y to make that I sound. So to spell the word cry, I'm writing K-R-I, cry. Excellent. For number 15, we're going to spell the word my. My. Again, we hear that I sound at the end of the word. We're using letter Y. So for my, we write Y. My. Excellent. For number 16, we're going to spell the word flying. Flying has an I sound in there, but it also has the ing suffix. So let's start by writing the word fly. I hear that I sound. I know I'm going to use letter Y because it comes at the end of the word. So I'm writing I-ing. Flying. Excellent. Let's try and code some of these words together. So for number 17, our word is cry. And if you guys remember, to code that Y at the end of a word, we draw a dot on top, and then we make either the short or the long symbol, depending on which sound it's making. In the word cry, it's making the long I sound. So we're going to code it with a long symbol. Excellent. Let's try number 18. This word is shy. Again, I hear that long I sound at the end of the word. So I'm drawing a dot on top, coding it with the long symbol. And there's one other thing I need to do to this word. Do you guys know what it is? Yes, I need to code my SH digraph. So I'm going to draw a line under letters S and H. Very good. Let's try one more together. For number 19, our word is trying. What do you guys spot at the end of this word? Yes, we see the ing suffix. So I'm going to draw a box around my ing suffix. Then I have the word try. The word try ends in that long I sound, so I'm going to code it with a dot on top, making the long symbol. Excellent! All right, sweet friends, I want you to try coding the rest of the words on the front of this worksheet and then flip it over on the back and do some reading practice. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another fabulous phonics lesson. Bye, friends!